I'm back. Some of your worst nightmares is back, guys. Marbles in my mouth. I know, I'll try fix it. Hey guys, so I've tried to make a few videos the last few days, but it's been really windy and I've had the sceneries perfect, but now I'm here. I'm about to get my kids to go back to New Zealand. So what is this car like after getting out of a Corolla? Now bear in mind, I was in the 2017 Corolla. I did 2,000 kilometres in it. So I was up and down the west coast of New Zealand, and the whole of New Zealand's like this. There's no straight roads. It's like this. So I got to know that Corolla really, really well. Now getting back in this, the only negative I've got is the woody brake feel, which has sort of subsided. The brakes were actually screeching because I hadn't driven it for 10 days. As you can see, I'm quite hard on my brakes. Who's hard on their brakes out there, guys? I mean, don't ever pour water on hot disc, but watch this, look. They're not that hot. Sorry, I thought I was driving hard. I haven't been. Okay, so you can see the tyres have worn right down on the outside. Not down, but run in compared to the back. And I'm going to, again, reiterate. Okay, so 44, 42, because our road's banked that way. We have an old wives' tale. I believe in it. You put more pressure in that tyre, whatever. There's more weight on that side of the car. So what, you know what I mean? Not everything can be exactly symmetrical. But yeah, I'm getting torque steer, which you don't get at 34. So bear in mind, you're going to get a bit of torque steer, but not like on the previous model, previous generation. Now, 44, 42, 48, 48. Okay, what's it like getting out of a 2017 Corolla CVT into this? It's a weapon. It's immensely powerful. It revs really high. The gears are great. I love the gearing. I think we're taking for granted this gearbox. Do you realise, guys, the notches, the actual selection in the gates has been smoothened out and revised. And I can say, for one, it's smoother than even the previous generation, which was beautiful. It was beautifully smooth. So there's nothing wrong with the 2015, 16, 17 compared to this 2018, which is really a 2017. I mean, what, 2018? It's what, still not 2018. It's a built 2017. Bear that in mind, guys, as the end of the year approaches, to get a deal wherever you are in the world. Not that I'm good at getting deals, but I'll try more in future. Okay, so it drives square. And for those of you not familiar, I've got a real issue with I had a real issue with the steering feel. I felt the car tipping about on the outside of the tyres, so I increased the tyre pressure. For those who haven't seen those videos, if you can bear watching them, then watch them. Now, the infotainment's great, the comfort of the car, so getting into the car, it feels like 3 Corollas in one. So it really is a performance bargain. The gearing is fantastic. The handling is amazing. But bear in mind, guys, I never had this. Now I've got it like I want it. You know, I got it like I want it, which is when you drive, this is how I drive. I want this car to do exactly what I say, exactly when I want it to. And the only next thing in response is a Porsche 911. There's graphs from Subaru on the previous generation where they've taken the response time of the steering to match the 911. It's that far behind it, right? So this is, as we say, there's the Skyline, and there's a 911. There's nothing else out there unless Budgie, hello, is there, the S3. Because see, I'm watching on Facebook videos of the Subaru WRX STi Club in Australia. I know that the AMG whatever that little cockroach is, whips this thing in a straight line. Hello. But what's that? What's this creature? Okay, it's another creature, right? See, Australia's full of creatures. So's New Zealand, but they haven't got venomous snakes and spiders. Okay, so we can get blitzed in a line. Outright power, yeah, I want a little bit more power, but it's all about the delivery. So I've mentioned previously, and I don't recommend it, but I do it, and I can't help doing it. So if I want to punch it, right, and get thrown back in my seat, you slip the clutch a bit. See, you can't brake boost easily here because the computer shut the throttle off violently, right? So, yeah, what you do, you slip the clutch a bit and boost it up and drop the clutch, and the car just goes boof like a rocket. Now, what the biggest thing is here is when you pull out, and you can get the traction control once you wear your tyres down to sort of really give you what you want to do. Now, I am contradicting myself from when I bought the car. Bear in mind, guys, you're going to run this car in. They run in for 20,000 Ks. They get faster and faster. It's not a normal car. It's a boxer. Okay, so, hey, Budgie, how's the S3 going? Is it like, does it go better and better, or is it just getting worse and worse like all the other Audis, that they just deteriorate? Like, these cars get better and better. You're going to get, like, what would I change here? The end stop bush on that huge gearbox, which I've mentioned, the gearbox is from here to here. Okay, it's giant. At the back, there's an end stop bush. It doesn't appear to do anything, but if you drop your clutch, you're going to get that flex, and you're going to get the diff. Okay, so you've got a limit here. It is not a racing car. It's built for the track days, but it's not as such. Like, you can't just do whatever you want. You're going to get banging and stuff. Okay, now air conditioning, climate, the comfort of the car. But what I've noticed since I got back from New Zealand, from the Corolla, the torture of the Corolla, right, is that the fit and build of the car, it feels like a piece of granite. Now, I don't want to say granite when people have better cars that feel like granite. I know Porsches feel like granite, but it feels very, very, very solid on the road, and very comfortable. And the steering stays straight when you hit bumps. That's what I've always loved about Subaru, despite the McPherson strut setup, and as jittery as they can get. So bear in mind, when you increase your tyre pressures, guys, you're going to get jitteriness, but not like the previous model. Somehow these wheels have sort of damped it all away. So yeah, look, I love it. As you can see, the styling, as we discussed, is just, it's not a... It's a styling of function. It's not really, I know we love it, but see, I thought everyone looks at it because they know it's the STi. Yeah, they do, but no, not everyone does. So the styling, I mean, it looks like a platypus. They wanted it to look like a raptor. Yeah, it looks like a raptor, whatever. There's no choice in the styling. I mean, you do cop it. You're going to cop it. So what gets people on this model is those calipers. And you know, Porsche made a limited run of that GT3, is it? Or with this highlighter yellow caliper. So Subaru didn't invent that, Porsche did. So the Japs are good at copying his stuff and improving it. But yeah, bit of a deeper tone. It's getting a bit deeper. But do you hear the bra-ra-ra-ra? The previous generation didn't have the bra-ra-ra. It had a blah-blah-blah-blah. It didn't have a bra-ra-ra, right? So still not at the tuners yet. Now we're going away again. And that's it. I hope you guys are well. Personally, I'm doing really, really well. It was a little bit hard getting into Sydney. The background noise has begun. It was a little bit hard getting into Sydney, and just the unfriendly faces at the airport and at the cafes and everywhere I went, until I thought, hang on, why am I focusing on unfriendly people? Focus on the friendly people, and instantly I've met a woman. I went for a half an hour walk with an 80-year-old woman in La Perouse. She was lost her husband in divorce, but also to narcissism. And he said he told her he was dying of cancer when he left, and he's still alive. So she started telling me her story. It all started about my dog, but it was a positive thing. And you know, as soon as you focus on the positive, you're going to have more positives in your life. So as far as that's going, it's great. I'm still trying to work out how I'm ending up back in New Zealand now with the kids. It was just that it just happened so quickly. I got the last room, the last flight, the last rental car. Everywhere we go, there is the last room. So it's very difficult throughout, obviously, Christmas Day and that. So we'll be doing Christmas in Queenstown. And, you know, very exciting to take my little 4-year-old away, and it's going to be really good. So I hope you guys are well, and you'll see me back at work slaving to the cars back again, because now the developers are not settled the workshop. You know, I would say normally they're disgusting people. We know the money is their god. So the developers are now dragging us around. Yes, they're compensating my dad, but the problem is the workshop's falling apart. For me to restart that workshop, I need to buy a couple of hoists. So no one's considering that. So guess what? I'll be working on this car and a few customers' cars, but otherwise I can't get the workshop back and running to full capacity. We obviously need to move. So yeah, I'll be back at the workshop. If you guys are wondering why, that's going to be the case. I'll hopefully put the ceramic coating on it. No, I will. I'll do the ceramic coating and detail it, shut the doors, I'll de-dust it, I'll blow all the dust off the walls, and I'll ceramic the car in the workshop. Previously I said it's going to be impossible to do. Anyway, Antonello, how are you going with your car? Are you enjoying it? Hey Richard, speak to you later. I'll buzz you on WhatsApp maybe later, Rich. Anyway guys, all right, thanks. Sorry, but yeah, I've been back for a few days. I really didn't drive the car. I was so, I just didn't want to drive. And then I got in it yesterday. I did 3 hours and 40 minutes in the car non-stop. So once you get in it, you can't get out, can you? It's a video game. It is a video game, and beware guys, you get into trouble. If you turn that traction off in the rain, if you look in the papers at used parts for these cars, you'll see on Gumtree in Australia, destroyed cars, like people are smashing these cars. And as they say, if you're going to smash this car, you're going to end up in a different postcode from when you lose control. So I wouldn't be turning the traction off in the rain. I really wouldn't be doing that. Put it in track mode, put your tyre pressures up to get rid of that overbearing, the way it lurches in, the way it was slowing down. It's a lot better now, but that's my take on that. Anyway, guys, so anyway, 6,013 Ks. Hey, 6,013 Ks. That I must have done yesterday. Yeah, I did. So I filled up the tank to the brim, put an octane booster in it, and yesterday I did 3/4 of a tank. I made use of a YouTube video, but there was just too much background noise, and I started talking about the personal side of things and chopping and changing back, I'll let it be about the car. I don't think many of you care about the personal development, but by the way, for those who do, it makes all the difference. It's changed my life, so I'll continue chopping and changing. Anyway guys, catch ya.